Clackson chased into the corner by Secord. They bumped near the corner. A couple of tough young hockey players bumping around as Clackson went down. The puck is dug out along the boards by Dwight Foster, tripped up by Johnson. Here comes a penalty to Clackson, I believe. Kicking the puck along the boards. It must be a Boston penalty. Now Secord is attacking Clackson. Clackson and Secord had an exchange their last shift when they were out against each other. There was a delayed penalty coming up, apparently to Secord. He wanted to take somebody with him. Clackson didn't get a chance to retaliate, but that Clackson is tough.
Oh, is he ever. It's Clackson and Secord. Now, you see all the way from the top of the screen there, Secord going after Clackson.
Clackson's getting a minor for roughing.
2 minutes for high sticking, 2 minutes for elbowing, and 2 minutes for roughing.
6 minutes to Secord. Rounded the boards to Secord. Clackson went at him. They might go at it again. They are going to. I'm not surprised. Clackson looking for revenge. And now Redmond looks like he might be a third man in here. Remember earlier when they had a little exchange, and it hasn't been a rough game. That's Doken shut.
Well, you can see that one coming. As soon as those two guys were out in the ice, you knew something was going to erupt again. But you remember before, Secord hit Clackson from behind, so of course Clackson was just trying to return the favor. Well, here we are in the corner. That's where a lot of action takes place. Clackson and Secord. And it didn't take long for something to erupt.
McNabb and Shepard go after it. Nab reaching in after it. It came loose. Carlisle put it to the boards. There's a fight now. Clackson and O'Reilly. Clackson taking on a heavyweight. Jerry O'Reilly and Kim Clackson.
Well, O'Reilly was on top to begin with, but Clackson, he comes to play, that kid. He isn't blessed with an abundance of talent, but he's got a lot of heart.
Clackson had 166 penalty minutes this year in 46 games, 3 assists, no goals, 166 penalty minutes. O'Reilly does a lot of things for the Bruins besides play tough. Looks like he's trying to jab at Clackson with his stick there, and McNabb wants to stop him from doing that. Make sure he doesn't lose his temper completely here and do something that'll cost him a suspension. John D'Amico talking to Clackson. John's been around, he knows how to handle these situations. O'Reilly's still a little heated out there. Marcotte wants to cool him off. It hasn't been a rough game, but Clackson has been involved anytime there's been any rough play.
Well, he wants a piece of O'Reilly. He's motioning him to come over, and now he's after Jonathan.
They're down on the ice. Now it's getting a little out of hand here. That was Bork over there on the boards with Clackson.
You know,
young Bork.
Clackson's in a precarious position with John D'Amico on top of him. He can't do anything, can't even protect himself. And, or Bork rather, he just got in there and started throwing some fists.
Clackson is saying, just go ahead, step aside, John. I'll meet Bork nose on nose.
Yeah, take somebody else. Leave me alone.
Well, they'll get Clackson to the penalty box or right to the dressing room here. There's 10 minutes and 1 second left. Hasn't been a rough game. Boston's had 17 minutes in penalties. Pittsburgh, 14 minutes at this stage. But Clackson has been involved in a couple of exchanges, notably with Secord. He got involved with O'Reilly slashing in the middle part of the first period. Then with Secord, both in the second and here in the third. Clackson is being guided to the penalty box. Now watch this action.
This ought to be good.
He goes right by the Boston bench. This is a bad situation in Boston where they have to go right by the bench. It's not unusual to have incidents there.
I think you need a tank to get by there. He's a little outnumbered, isn't he?
John D'Amico is pointing out someone to the police who threw an object down there.
Here we got another one going.
Yeah, at the penalty box.
Really can't tell who the two players are.
Hughes is the Pittsburgh player.
And McCrimmon.
Hughes, I don't think, is known that much as a scrapper, but Brad McCrimmon, a tough young defenseman. Now the lines. How would you like to be a linesman? Gary, why did you go to broadcasting when you retired? You could have gone into work as a linesman.
Jim, I remember we had my first year out of Philadelphia. I was doing the work for the Flyers on cable TV, and there was a brawl out in the ice. And I usually go down at the beginning of the period, and I was waiting along the rail watching the fight, and some fan came up to me and said, "Don't you wish you were down there?" I said, "Are you kidding? You got to be out of your mind."
Well, McCrimmon's been in the odd scrap. Look at the missing tooth there. Come on, Brad, give us a smile. I want to pick up that gap in the molars there. Left over from another exchange. There goes McCrimmon into the penalty box. There's Peter McNabb, who seldom gets involved in any of this sort of thing. Bourque maybe is the guy who really rekindled the action there, because they appeared to have Clackson and O'Reilly steered to the penalty box, and then Bourque sort of intercepted Clackson, and it started up again. Here's how the hectic action started there. McNabb reaching in for the puck. It's hard to see right there. Now O'Reilly comes in. Now here's Clackson and O'Reilly. Here's where it'll start.
Clackson's already got his glove off.
Oh, there's the first one, the left hand. Another one, right hand. O'Reilly's hanging on now. Get these gloves off. Get back in the action.
Well, Jim, you know, fights do take place in games, but I'd rather see that happen than the spearing and the, you know, swinging your stick at somebody. Because one thing about the officials, as soon as they see somebody at a disadvantage, they're going to step in there right away.
Yeah, but couldn't they really take the fights out now if they want? Just get serious about calling the things by the book. This spearing, the high sticking. People say if you don't have fights, you'll have stick swinging. Well, give very heavy penalties for that sort of thing. Suspensions, as you look at John Wensink, who probably wishes he was in the action. But if you want to cut out fighting, you really could. You could just say out of the game, as they do in other sports, and eventually call the stick incidents very tightly. And I think you could eliminate the fights if they really wanted to.
All right, the next question is, do they want to eliminate the fighting?
Well, that's what I say. I don't know. Some fans, as I say, who criticize the fighting, stand up and cheer when they see them, as long as the home guy's winning the fight. So I don't know. We'll just, that argument will go on until they do decide to ban fighting.